Guess who's back? Back again. Matt is back. Thumbmastering. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome. I am Matt, back here, thumbmastering alone, here to talk about Catherine Bigelow's Detroit. Detroit is based on the 1967 Algiers motel incident during the 12th Street riots in Detroit, hence the name. Catherine Bigelow, she directed 0 Dark 30 and the Oscar-winning Hurt Locker. There is a truck outside, shut the fuck up. So let me explain. The opening credits, they roll. There is a sort of animated cartoon sequence depicting the rise of racial discrimination in Detroit. It's really well done. It lasts for about a minute, and it's a nice little history, nice little background. And then we launch into the opening scene, the live action scene, and it goes on for about 15 minutes. It depicts how the riots start by the police breaking up an unlicensed club. After that, it sort of just chops and it changes and switches up, and it just sort of cuts around to this character, to that, almost feeling like a riot itself. I don't know if that was intentional. It feels chaotic. The editing is messy. And then it cuts to Will Poulter's character, his situation, and you kind of feel like the focus is more on his character, but you don't want to obviously support his character because his character is really sort of vile and wicked, and if you're supporting him, you need to seek psychiatric treatment. It kind of struggled to find its core protagonist. It certainly wasn't John Boyega. I mean, John Boyega, the one thing I'll say about this film, I didn't like the UK marketing. The US marketing, they had a poster that showed a bunch of the characters. The UK marketing, the poster all over the bus shelters and all that, that depicts simply John Boyega. I understand they're trying to capture the fame of from Star Wars, and they're using that to promote this film, because this film is important. You should go and watch this. That is no two ways about it. So I guess they're doing whatever they can to drag in the audience, but it is very misleading because he is a supporting character at best. He's essentially what the audience are. He is the observer. So Larry Reid and Fred Temple, his friend, they're part of an R&B singing group, I think, yeah, called the Dramatics. Their show gets cancelled and then they end up in a motel, Algiers motel. It's very slow. It takes a long time to get going. However, when it gets to the actual Algiers incident, it becomes utterly compelling, very nail-biting stuff. My heart was thumping throughout the entire time, and I was trembling, and I was hungover at the time. I was hanging like a mother. Now I understand they've dramatised it, but the situation is there was 3 murders that were committed in that Algiers motel. It's uncomfortable and it is very disturbing to watch. You don't come out of this film feeling good. Yeah, you're not going to come out feeling all rainbows and chocolates. The acting is absolutely superb in this film. It really is. However, the MVP is, of course, Will Poulter. Will Poulter, he's out there. He's out there in Hollywood. He's out there in the film industry, in the acting industry. He is making waves. People know him. And he's so diverse. I mean, I remember the first thing I saw him in was With the Millers. He played a nerd in that. And I remember the image of his testicles being puffed up. I mean, and making out with Jennifer Aniston and Emma Roberts. Lucky guy. Here, he manages to define a balance between being creepy, vile, wicked, but very innocent, petulant. Maybe not petulant, but it's like he's been taught the wrong things. You almost feel for him a little bit because he's so naive in what he believes. I don't think he acts without any form of contrition and no remorse, but he doesn't act out of maliciousness. It's his innocence, so you almost pity him. This is definitely my favourite performance from him. I think he deserves an Oscar nomination. I mean, potentially the win. Even though this film does struggle to find a protagonist, whenever a character is doing something, you are drawn to them. You are connected, you're going on their journey with them. This film, it does start off very slow. It has its faults. However, the positives outweigh the cons dramatically. It gets 2 thumbs up. This film is very uncomfortable to watch. It's very disturbing. It is unapologetic. You don't come out of it feeling good, but it definitely hits you here. And I don't mean to sound very pretentious about that. It's the best film I've seen this year. I do hope you get a chance to see this film. If you have already, please tell us what you think. Leave a comment on the section below. Then if you haven't already, like, share and subscribe to Thumbmasters. Please, 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 please. I've been your fellow Thumbmaster Matt, and until next time, do not forget, movies are my jam. So I'm filming this on my phone because I've just literally had a thought while I'm uploading my footage already. I think the note on there being no clear protagonist, I think Kathryn Bigelow has done that intentionally, because I think she is the point of it. I think you're trying to see everybody's point of view of the whole entire incident, and I think that's what she is doing. I think she's doing that so that you as an audience are questioning your own morals. I mean, I mentioned that already, but I think that's why there wasn't a clear protagonist. It's because she wants you to question, and she wants you to decide for yourself who it is you're going to support, who you're going to follow. That's harsh. That's bold, and yeah, perhaps beautiful. And I think that's gonna, when I see this a third time, because I'm definitely gonna watch this again, I'm gonna have a new experience of it. That'll be interesting.